When you come here, you think that you're alone. You're not. The language is hard, the culture is different. It's not your home, but it will become your home.
There's no words to describe those emotions when we help those people, and now they are part of this new home, new community.
If we can continue to focus on all the good things that the city is doing, that we're doing as individuals, we'll truly end up being good neighbors for one another for the long term.
We are a nation of immigrants. For over 400 years, America has been a beacon for individuals around the globe searching for a better life. And as we Nashvillians know, the strong economy and temperate climate we enjoy have made our city an ideal place to call home and a magnet for those seeking a fresh start. While our new international neighbors make many contributions to our community, they also face challenges that come with adapting to a new environment. A number of nonprofit organizations work tirelessly to address those challenges, and during the next half hour, we'll highlight 3 of them. Transportation, or the lack thereof, can be a major obstacle for Nashville newcomers, especially if they're just learning English. The Tennessee Foreign Language Institute came up with a brilliant solution that happens to be the first of its kind anywhere.
Twee Rocco isn't your run-of-the-mill truck driver. Instead of driving heavy loads across the country, her mission is to lighten the load for refugees who want to learn English by bringing the classroom to them. The English as a Second Language, or ESL To-Go truck, is a service of the Tennessee Foreign Language Institute.
We identified what need existed in the community, and we saw that a lot of refugees, they wanted to attend ESL classes, but they weren't able to do so because they didn't have the transportation to get to and from community centers where English classes were being offered at the time. So what we decided to do was, why don't we bring the English classes to the refugees at the apartments where they live? And the way that we thought would be most effective to do this would be to develop this concept of a mobile classroom. I am responsible for deciding where it is that the truck travels to. I'm in contact with a lot of community leaders from different refugee groups. They can contact me directly and say, hey, there's a large population of Bhutanese refugees in this area who really want to be taking English classes, but those services aren't available to them.
Once the truck is parked, Twee sets up the classroom and steps into her primary role as one of the ESL To-Go instructors, a job for which she is particularly well suited due to a life path shared with many of her students.
My family and I are from Vietnam, and we were part of the boat people that came as refugees from the Vietnam War. Once the war ended, in order to leave Vietnam, you had to escape. And you had to sneak on these small fishing boats, and we have about 150 people at times, and a lot of times those ships sink. So my real dad, my 3 brothers, and my sister went first because my mom was pregnant with me, and their boat sank. So my mom lost everything. She had nothing left, so she said, I'm gonna try again. My mom tried 6 times not being successful leaving Vietnam. Each time she was put in jail when she was caught. So the 7th time she successfully made it to the refugee camp in Thailand.
Once in the U.S., Twee's mother married a fellow refugee. The young girl suddenly had a new father, brother, and a lot of responsibility.
My parents didn't speak the language. We didn't have any money. We really had nothing. So I picked up English very quickly. So I was the interpreter at a very young age. At 7, I started reading over insurance documents. At school, I would be in the parent and teacher conference at 8 or 9 years old. So growing up, I wasn't quite a child. I was more like an adult.
In spite of, Or perhaps, because of her challenging childhood, Thuy was determined to be a success and destined to be an inspiration.
I was the first to go to college. I got a scholarship and went to college, went to grad school. Now I organize a lot of the English classes for the Tennessee Foreign Language Institute. I also teach some of the classes, and I train teachers to teach. So wherever there's the desire to learn, we want to be there and have a good certified teacher and use the methods and techniques that would help students learn English effectively, which I didn't get as a child. And that program has just been developed in the last couple of years, so it's pretty amazing.